How many people are here actually?
Okay, so I started the recording. So, Sari,
Mhm.
as I wanted actually for you to introduce yourself. Please, you can start from beginning.
All right. So, hello guys. My name is Sairi. I'm from Indonesia. I'm actually a friend of your teacher, and I'm so honored. I'm shocked at the same time that he invited me to join this Zoom. I didn't expect that I would have to speak. I thought it's just like, oh my god. All right. And but yeah, I'm so honored that I can talk to you guys. It's such a very amazing. I'm so glad that I see you. And then I see here Khadija and then
Yeah.
Farouz. Then there are some others. And yeah, and that's it. What I can say. I don't know what else.
Yeah,
Do you have a
yeah.
question?
I am really proud. I am really ecstatic having you in this platform in our class. I never ever thought that you will be here. So my students and as well as I really happy having you over here. It's so kind of you. It's so kind of you, Sari. So
Mm.
Sari, actually, the reason I have invited you here, my
Mm-hmm.
students they are very afraid of speaking English. They are very lazy. They don't want to speak in English, and they think they can't. They think actually they have some problems while speaking. They think it's
Mm-hmm.
not their cup of tea. So I think how can they actually overcome this fear of speaking,
Mm-hmm.
fear of public speaking, fear of spoken English? So what should
Mm-hmm.
they do to actually get rid of this problem? Can you
Mm-hmm.
give them some suggestion about it?
Mm-hmm. So thank you so much for your very good question that it struck me, by the way. All right, I don't know, there aren't much that I can share to you guys, but for sure, what makes people anxiety, what makes people nervous when they are speaking is actually because they are not ready, right? So the first
Right.
thing to cope with the problem is you have to be ready. So how to be ready? Okay, so in speaking, in learning languages, there are some what is it, how do I call, element or maybe a
Yeah.
component that is very important to be mastered. The first one is actually vocabulary, right?
Right.
What
First
if
one,
you have
vocabulary.
a lot of vocabulary? I do believe that you will be very confident to speak. And then the second one is you have to know how to arrange the vocabulary into the sentence, right? Sometimes the problem is I do believe when I speak in English to you guys, you can 100% understand what I say, right? Fairuz, Khadija, and also Rafi. I do believe that all of you understand what I'm talking now, right?
Yeah,
But the
তোমরা কি
problem
বুঝতেছো
is when we
যা বলতেছে?
yeah, yeah, when we try to speak, it's suddenly blank, right? Why it's blank? Because there are actually in learning languages, there are four problems. The first problem is actually lack of vocabulary. And then the second one is we think too much about the grammar. And then the third one is actually we confuse how to make the word into the sentence, right? And then the fourth one is of course we don't confident. So before you come into this fourth problem, these three problem you have to deal with first, okay? The first one, again, vocabulary. You have to enrich your vocabulary. And then the second one, try to always be active to arrange this vocabulary into the sentence. And then the third one is do not have to really think about the grammar. Okay, believe me, I mean, I've been working for with some of people from European, American, Australian, and then if you analyze them, they don't speak like perfectly in the grammar. Why? Because in terms of speaking, there is intonation, right? There is a theory that is called intonation as replacement of the grammar. Okay, so even though your grammar is wrong, but if your intonation is correct, people will understand. Let me give you example. Mm, example, I said I wear shirt, right? I wear t-shirt. It's supposed to be I'm wearing t-shirt, but it's okay. Many people will understand. And then again, I said to you, you ready? you ready with the high intonation, people will understand that I'm actually asking you, even though I don't make a full sentence, are you ready? Right? Because it's supposed to be, are you ready? There is to be, because there is no verb. But yeah, again,
Right.
I don't want to teach you grammar. What I want to teach you is actually, do not really have to think about grammar. Grammar is very important, but at the same time, it doesn't really necessary when we are speaking. Okay, I actually have some of the tips that is quite crucial, and I really want you to maybe you can take a note, or maybe you can just memorize in your mind. Okay, this is actually the fastest and the right way to be able to speak. Okay, as we have known that in English, there are four skills, right? Which is, it's called productive skill and receptive skill, right? What is productive skill? When we make the sentence, so speaking and writing, we call it as productive skill, right? And then reading and listening, we call it as receptive skill. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, receptive skill. Here's the analogy. Imagine Khadija, right? You are now still young and you want to give someone, or you want to produce something. How can you produce something if you don't get it from someone? Example, you want to give me money. How can you give me money if you don't get it first from your parents, right? That's the analogical of speaking. How can you speak before you listen, right? Because speaking is productive. It means we give to someone, and listening is receptive. We receive from someone. So if I can suggest you, the very first thing that you have to do to improve your speaking ability is by listening. Believe me, if you don't like listening a whole of your life, you will never be able to speak. Okay, if you don't like listening, because that's actually the key of speaking. There is actually I forget, what is it called, the research. If there is someone who is deaf since born, automatically they cannot speak, right? If someone deaf from born, they cannot listen, automatically they will never be able to speak, right? And then that's also happen in speaking another language and learning another language. If you don't like to listen, how can you speak, right? So speaking is the key. So from now, put on your mind that you have to listen something in English every single day. Okay. And then the second one is reading. Reading is also very important. Why listening and reading is important? The first one, when we listen and we read, we get a lot of vocabulary, right? And then the second one, the vocabulary that we got is actually already formed in sentence. So that's why when you want to speak, it's directly happen. You don't have to think how to arrange like I like you. You don't have to think like, is it are you like, or like are you? Because we listen a lot, we read a lot from the book. It's like the process of copy paste. Can you imagine if you have to copy like a whole pages, do you copy it like word by word, or are you directly block and then paste? Of course, we directly block it, right? And then we paste it. So that's freezing on my phone. Hello, can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, sure.
Hello. Okay.
Uh, Go on, go on.
Yeah. So yeah, it's actually, so even though you study with Mr. How do they call you, by the way? I'm sorry,
So,
Mr. Munir. How do they call?
yeah, yeah, Mr.
Even though like, yeah, he teach you, yeah, he, mhm,
Yeah, carry on, carry
yeah,
on.
yeah. Even though like he teach you a lot of material in grammar, a lot of tips and trick, but if you don't do that by yourself, if you don't like listening to English, believe me, you will never ever be able to speak. Okay, so if you want
But
to be
I'm
able
not
to speak,
actually. I'm not in favor of grammar. I'm not in
mm,
favor of grammar. I
yeah,
am actually
so
against grammar.
yes, Yeah, but yeah, again, if you listen a lot, if you practice a lot, the grammar will build in your brain automatically. So later on, when you want to speak, you don't have to think about grammar again, right? The problem of people why we cannot speak is actually lack of the vocabulary, and then we think about the grammar, and then we think about how to arrange the word into the sentence. But if you listen and you read, it's directly bounded. Okay, it's it's found. How do I call it? What do I want to say? Actually, it's combined. Everything is combined, right? Example, like, I like you, he likes me. On the listening, on the audio, on the book, there is already s on that, so you don't have why this is with s, why it is not, but your brain automatically think, oh, he likes me, she likes me, I like him. You know, when do we put s with and without s, but it's automatically actually, because like this, do you know, it's actually happened. This is actually why the fun fact for the Australian, I don't know in American, for the Australian people, they learn about grammar when they are on the senior high school. The native Australian, they learn about grammar in English when they are on senior high school. But how can they speak very fluent, very good in English? Because the environment, right? Their parents speak in English, their friends speak in English, every people speak in English there. So you, what you have to do, because we do not live in the speaking English speaking country, so what we have to do is make our own environment. How to make our own environment like this is such a very good activity, that you listen to people, and then don't give up on that only, but you have to make your own private environment. Why? By watching movie, by watching talk show, by watching YouTube, anything in English. Okay, believe me, it's a quite difficult to find friends, right, from another country. Well, to be really honest, I was graduated from English education, but until I the second years of university, I still cannot, I couldn't speak in English at the time. And then I found out the new formula, because at the time I just speak in Indonesia with my friends, which are Indonesian, and also I watch TV in Bahasa Indonesia, everything in Bahasa Indonesia, until I changed my habit. So I watch everything in English. For example, there is an actress in a Hollywood industry. Her name is Kat Blanchett. I watch all of her movies, and then I listen every single talk show that when there is Cat Blanchett. And then also in term of music, I like Sam Smith. I do not only listen to his song, but I also listen to and watching to his talk show. That's it. So listening and reading, read a lot. Here's the thing, I don't like reading, to be honest, but I like playing Instagram, right? I like TikTok. So what I do is I have to read every single caption that come out on my explore, on my feed. Example, you follow some celebrity or athlete or politician from another country, and then you see the caption from another country. So what you have to do is caption from another country, if they make caption in English, make sure you don't miss that have caption in English novel that I read full. What? You know why? I mean, your teacher know why I cannot mention the novel. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So
yes, thanks a lot. But we have known that you are really good speaker because without any preparation, you are talking like actually versatile person. Because but just you know that during this class, actually, hello students, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Khadija,
sir.
sorry.
just during this class, I told him, please join us, and I have some students. I am taking the class, make them actually give them some suggestion. But at the time, actually, he joined actually without any preparation. I didn't tell him before
Mhm.
joining in the class. But I am really shocked. I'm really surprised to see his speech, like um, like a great speaker. I think
No,
I'm a specialist. What should I say?
no way.
So
You're no. You're too levitating. It's too much.
okay, let
No,
let
no,
me
no, no,
let
no.
me tell it. Let me tell it. Actually, ক্লাসটা শুরু হওয়ার আগে মানে আমি আজকে তোমাদেরকে তো বলি নাই যে আজকে আমি কাউকে আনবো বা আমার কোনো ফরেন ফ্রেন্ডকে আনবো। হি ইজ ফ্রম ইন্দোনেশিয়া। আমি কিন্তু কাউকে বলি নাই। I didn't tell anybody in of my students you will be joining or I have invited you. I didn't tell them. আমি ওদের কাউকে বলি নাই, বাট ওরা কিন্তু they are shocked. They are shocked after seeing you in this class
Yeah,
actually.
I don't. You don't even tell me. That's why I look. I'm just wearing t-shirt. I'm lying back on my bed.
তাহলে তাহলে তোমরা দেখো
Yeah.
মানে তার কোনো প্রিপারেশন ছিল না, মানে সে কোনো কথা বলবে প্রিপারেশন ছিল না, উইদাউট এনি প্রিপারেশন। আমি হঠাৎ করেই আমি তোমাদের ক্লাস নিচ্ছি, ক্লাস নেওয়ার সময় ও আমাকে এসএমএস করছে। আমি নর্মালি আমরা সবসময় কথা বলি, তখন আমার চিন্তা আসলো যে ওকে আমি জয়েন করাই ক্লাসের মধ্যে। তখন আমি তাকে ট্যাক্স করলাম, ট্যাক্স করার পরে সে বললো ওকে ঠিক আছে আমি জয়েন করব। আর জয়েন করার পরেই মানে দেখো মানে এতগুলো কথা বলছে। আহ তোমাদের জন্য খুব ইম্পর্টেন্ট কথাগুলো বলছে, আমি জানি না তোমরা কতটুকু বুঝছো, বাট দ্যাট ওয়াজ রিয়েলি ইম্পর্টেন্ট। মানে আমি যেভাবে চিন্তা করি বা আমি যেটা ভাবি ইংলিশ শিখতে হলে কি প্রয়োজন আমাদের, অ্যাকচুয়ালি গ্রামার ডাজন্ট ম্যাটার। গ্রামার গ্রামার শিখে কখনো ইংলিশ শেখা যায় সেটা হয়তো হতে পারে 100 জনের মধ্যে শতকরা একজন বা দুজন হতে পারে। বাট পৃথিবীর যে কোনো ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ শিখতে হলে, if you want to learn any language of the world, you have to learn first language, then you can learn the grammar. Okay, after learning the language you can learn the grammar. But আমরা কি করি, আমরা গ্রামার ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ শেখার আগে গ্রামার নিয়ে দৌড়াদৌড়ি করি, থার্ড পার্সন সিঙ্গুলার নাম্বার হলে বারোর সাথে হিজ বা এস বা ইয়েস যোগ করতে হয়। মানে কত যে কাহিনী এই থার্ড পার্সন সিঙ্গুলার নাম্বার শিখতে গিয়ে। পার্সন শিখতে হয়, নাম্বার শিখতে হয়, পার্টস অফ স্পিচের 8 প্রকার মুখস্থ করতে হয়, বিশাল বড় সমুদ্র পাড়ে দিয়ে পরে আমাদেরকে শিখতে হয় যে থার্ড পার্সন সিঙ্গুলার নাম্বার হলে বারোর সাথে এস বাই এস। লাইক আই গো, উই গো, বাট হি গোস, she goes, what's the matter, why goes, why he goes, why she goes, why I don't, I goes, why it is not I goes. But we have to learn lots of structure, grammatical rules for this reason. But as you mentioned, we have to grammar doesn't matter in speaking in English. We have actually most important thing is that listening, reading, and writing as well. আমরা যখন শুনবো বেশি বেশি তখন আমরা বিষয়টা বুঝবো। আমরা নর্মালি তো আমরা সারা জীবন তো সবসময় বলি লাইক হোয়াটস ইউর নেম, হোয়াটস ইউর নেম। এটা এখানে যে ডাব্লিউএইচ ওয়ার্ড আছে বা অক্সিলারি ভার্ব আছে, সাবজেক্ট অবজেক্ট সবকিছু আছে, আমরা কি এত কিছু অ্যানালাইজ করি? আমরা শুনতে শুনতে এটা শিখে গেলাম অটোমেটিকলি, রাইট? আমরা শুনি, এরপর আমরা রিপিট করি। সো লিসেনিং ইজ ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট, শোনাটা খুব ইম্পর্টেন্ট। সো এটা আমাদের একটু কেয়ার করা উচিত এই বিষয়টা। আর হচ্ছে রিডিং, পড়লে কি হবে, if you read lots, then you will get lots of new word which is really unknown to you, and you can find lots of known word and you can learn by this. That's why reading is part and parcel of of spoken English. You have to do it, you have to read a lot. And সে মানে অনেকগুলা সুন্দর সুন্দর কথা বলছে, মানে আমি তো সবগুলো কথা ঠিক পয়েন্ট আউট করা এখনই পিন পয়েন্ট করা ইম্পসিবল। but I'm really shocked. So I have got some questions to Sairi. Actually, what's the mystery of your super fluency? What's the mystery? We want to know. How did you become a fluent speaker? What did you do in your student life or in your childhood? What did you do? How can you be a actually you are already a fluent speaker, but what did you do? Just share with my students.
Huh?
Sairi.
Sorry. Yeah.
How did you become a fluent speaker? What did you do
Mm.
in your past or in your student life? Just share
Okay.
with my students.
All right. Okay. What did I do? Okay. I have told you before, right? The first two step, reading and listening, that's the most important. That's the first. I would say that, like, when you go through the room, just imagine listening and reading is the door. Okay. So if you do not open the door, do not ever expect to come in into the room. Okay. So the first one, if you don't want to listen and read a lot, then stop study English. I mean, stop study languages, any other languages, if you don't want to do these two. Okay. And then the third thing that I did, how can I speak in English, is actually I try to speak by myself before I speak to people, because yeah, I do believe that I felt uh nervous, anxiety when I have to talk to people, right? So just practice, speak to yourself, okay? And then memorize the word as much as possible, as many as possible, okay? But again, we have to know the tips and trick to memorize the vocabulary. This is maybe not many people knows this, okay? If you want to learn about vocabulary, do not learn based on the alphabet, based on the, what is it, like 10 days 10 words every day. But you have to do is, we have to make the vocabulary mapping. What I mean by you have to memorize the vocabulary that is related you do or every day you touch. Start with the vocabulary that's very near around you. Example, long sleeve shirt. What's his name? Because it's written in, how do you call it? Okay, just start with something, right? You know everything you wear. Okay, that's because that's the nearest from you. Example, now I'm wearing glasses, I'm wearing t-shirt, and then you are wearing veil or hijab. So do not start with something that is very far from us. Why? Because once you memorize, you have to use that language, right? But if you start with the vocabulary that is near around to speak that, I think the others. Can you please wipe your hand if you can hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Actually, I was having a trouble with
Okay, I don't know the other.
তোমরা শুনতে পাচ্ছ?
Okay,
রেসপন্স করবে না? এই
hold
যে
on.
খাদিজা, রিদিতা,
Yes,
রাফি,
sir.
তোমাদেরকে কোশ্চেন করছে না, শুনতে পাচ্ছ?
Yeah,
বলবা না
okay.
ইয়েস অর নো?
Yes.
ভালো করে শোনো কি বলে। হ্যাঁ, ওকে,
Okay.
ক্যারি অন, ক্যারি অন।
Okay. All right. Again, okay. So start with some, if you have to memorize vocabulary, start with something that near you. Example, make sure you know everything in your bedroom. Okay, before you start another vocabulary, before you memorize another vocabulary, start with vocabulary that near around you. Example, your private room, bedroom. Make sure you know everything in English. Make sure you know bolster, pillow, bed, a blanket, curtain. I have that wall, and then robot, and then mirror, and then window. Just something near around you. Okay, do not directly like jump into another vocabulary. Start with something that around you first. Okay, and then the second one is talk to the vocabulary. Example, you are learning about bolster. Do not directly say like, oh, bolster this, bolster mean this one. So start, oh my god, my bolster is so soft, and I put my head on my pillow, something like that. Try to build the word into the sentence, because that's your problem. You don't make it into the sentence, that's become the problem when you have to speak. Okay, so again, I summary what I said before. First is listening, and then reading, and then memorize the vocabulary around you. And then the fourth one is speak to the vocabulary, to the nouns around you. And then the fifth one is you have to be ready to embrace yourself. You have to be ready when people bully you, like let you down, because that's it. Everybody must pass this condition and situation. Because why? English is not language. Okay, English is a skill. So how to sharpen your skill? By doing mistakes. So you have to be ready to embrace yourself. All right, that's all what I can say.
Okay, thank you very much for your actually nice presentation. সো এইখানে আমার ফ্রেন্ড সাইরি যা বললো সেটা হচ্ছে সবচেয়ে বেশি ইম্পর্টেন্ট হচ্ছে লিসেনিং, দেন হচ্ছে রিডিং, অ্যান্ড অ্যান্ড সবচেয়ে মোস্ট ইম্পর্টেন্ট হচ্ছে টক ইউর সেলফ, স্পিক টু ইউর সেলফ every single day. If you don't have any partner, but we people actually excuse, sir, I don't have any partner, I don't have friend, I cannot practice my English. Do not excuse actually. এই যে কেউ না থাকলে আমরা we can practice with ourselves, speak to yourself. I think this is enough. And then হচ্ছে মেমোরাইজ ওয়ার্ড বাই ট্রিক্স, ট্রিক অ্যান্ড ট্রিক্স। ওয়ার্ড মেমোরাইজ করতে হবে, প্রচুর পরিমাণ ওয়ার্ড জানতে হবে। আর সে সবচেয়ে বড় কথা যেটা বলছে সেটা হচ্ছে আমাকে শুনতে পাচ্ছে সবাই? খাদিজা?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
হ্যাঁ, আমাদের মিটিং শেষ হয়ে যাবে আর 4 মিনিট আছে। সবচেয়ে বড় কথা হচ্ছে ওয়ার্ড শেখার যে সিস্টেমটা বলছে আমাদেরকে আমাদের বাসার আশেপাশে কি কি জিনিসপত্র আছে সেগুলোর ইংলিশ জানতে হবে। লাইক আমাদের বাসায় কি থাকে? চেয়ার, টেবিল, বালিশ, বালতি, হ্যাঁ, পাতিল, চুলা, ফ্রিজ, এই যে যা দেখতে পাচ্ছ তুমি, তুমি কি আসলে, তুমি একটু তাকাও ডানে বামে তাকাও, আয়না, তোমার পড়ার টেবিল, তুমি ডানে বামে তাকাও, তুমি কি সবগুলো ইংলিশ জানো? একটু চিন্তা করো। যদি না জানো তুমি আজকে থেকে ট্রাই করো, এটা আমি জানি না, এটা ইংলিশ আমাকে জানতে হবে। লাইক আয়না ইংলিশ কি জানো তুমি? মনে করো তুমি জানো না, তাহলে তুমি চিন্তা করবে আয়না ইংলিশ কিটা বের করতে হবে তোমাকে। এইভাবে শিখতে হবে। মানে লাইক আয়না মিন্স মিরর, মিরর, রাইট? এন্ড লাইক বোলস্টার আর পিলো, কোল বালিশকে আমরা বলি বোলস্টার, আর পিলো মানে বালিশ যেটা আমরা মাথা দিয়ে ঘুমাই, পিলো, রাইট? এইগুলা, এই ওয়ার্ড গুলা আমাদেরকে শিখতে হবে প্রথমে ফার্স্ট। তোমার আশেপাশে যে ইনস্ট্রুমেন্ট গুলো আছে, যে ইকুইপমেন্ট গুলো আছে, সেগুলোর ইংলিশ প্রথমে জানতে হবে, প্রথমে শিখতে হবে। ওয়ার্ড মিনিং এভাবে শিখতে হবে। আমিও ছোটবেলায় বা যখন শুরু করেছি তখন এভাবে শিখেছিলাম। আশেপাশে কি আছে না আছে সবগুলো আমি দেখে আমি ট্রাই করতাম নিজে থেকে যে এটা ইংলিশ কি হবে, এটা ইংলিশ কি হবে। দেন আমি ওয়ার্ড গুলা একটা পেজে লিখে রাখতাম। আমি একটা পাতা লিখে রাখতাম, পরে পাতাটা প্রতিদিন আমি খুলে খুলে দেখতাম। This is how I have learned lots of words. So what I did, I used to write it down on a paper. Then actually I open it and sometimes I saw it. And by this way, I have learned lots of words. So this is how we have to memorize all the words around you. And সে আরো বলছে দেন হচ্ছে পিপল অনেক বুলি করবে, দে উইল মেক ফান অফ ইউ, বাট ডু নট actually heed to them, do not concentrate to them. তাদের কথায় কোনো শোনার দরকার নেই, মনোযোগ দেওয়ার দরকার নেই। তোমার জার্নিটা তুমি শুরু করছো, এটা তুমি শেষ করবা। ঠিক আছে? অনেকে অনেক কথা বলবে, ইংলিশ বলে আরে বাবা, বাহ কি ঢং, অনেকেই অনেক কিছু বলতে পারে, বুলি করতেই পারে, স্বাভাবিক। সো বি কেয়ারফুল। এটা নিয়ে তাদের কথা শুনে ডিসঅ্যাপয়েন্টেড হয়ে যাওয়া, পিপল মেক অ্যাকচুয়ালি লেট ইউ ডাউন। সো এটা করতে পারে, মানে হতাশা করতে পারে। দে ক্যান ডিসঅ্যাপয়েন্ট ইউ, দে ক্যান ডিসকারেজ ইউ। সো do not take it very seriously, as you have actually uh, what should it called, as you have actually start this journey, you have to finish it by yourself. No one actually can help you. I want to share a great a quote from হারমান মেলবেল। তোমরা হয়তো শোনো নাই। হারমান মেলবেল বলেছে, uh, neither I nor anyone else can travel that road for you. You must travel it by yourself. মানে কেউ তোমার জন্য ওই রাস্তাটা ট্রাভেল মানে করবে না, তোমার নিজেরটা নিজেই করতে হবে। ঠিক আছে? সো লাইফে যেটাই অর্জন করতে হয় সেটা নিজেই করতে হবে, কেউ তোমাকে এসে করে দিবে না। আর হচ্ছে স্কিল ডেভেলপ করতে চাও, সেটাও নিজেকেই করতে হবে। আমার স্কিল ডেভেলপ করতে চাই, আমি নিজে নিজে পড়তে হবে, নিজে নিজে সবকিছু করতে হবে। আর হচ্ছে একটা কথা মনে রাখবা, অনলি good education can change your life. no one no one can change your life, only good education. So be careful and keep in mind. আর হচ্ছে Mr. Seri, I am really glad to see you over here. And actually we have only 1 minute. After 1 minute our class will be finished automatically, but we can join again, because do you have any enough time to join again? Do you have time to join again?
Let's see later
uh,
on. Yeah, let's see later on.
okay.
I will let you know if I can. Okay.
ওকে। সো অ্যাকচুয়ালি তোমাদের কোনো কোশ্চেন থাকলে বলতে পারো। ডু ইউ হ্যাভ এনি কোশ্চেন? তার কাছে যদি কোশ্চেন থাকে বলতে পারো, বাংলা বা ইংলিশ বলতে পারো। ফরিদ আহমেদ ভাই, কোনো কোশ্চেন আছে স্পেসিফিক? Time is very short.
What are the questions? Actually, I am satisfied to hearing his talking and there is suggestions, and yeah, we are grateful to him. So thank you.
কোনো কোশ্চেন আছে? আর কোনো কোশ্চেন? কিছু জানতে চাও? আচ্ছা,